Governance is the activity of community building through developing a set of achievable rules and allocating resources responsibly to ensure security, prosperity, fairness, and long-term sustainability. Decred's governance model is built on a simple principle: those who bear the consequences of decisions should be the ones making them. In other words, real voting power must come with real skin in the game. The logic is straightforward. When participants must lock up capital, accept risk, and commit to the long-term success of a network, their incentives shift toward stewardship rather than short-term gain. Decisions are no longer abstract debates. They carry direct, measurable consequences for the people casting the votes. To see the contrast, imagine a familiar scenario in a traditional hierarchical system. A national parliament proposes a policy to increase members' salaries by 10% annually, funded by a 1% tax increase. The people who would pay the tax have no direct vote in the decision, while those who benefit vote overwhelmingly in favor. Even if the policy harms the broader population, the incentive structure encourages self-interested approval. Now consider a parallel situation within a skin-in-the-game governance model. Suppose a proposal suggests diverting 20% of block rewards to fund a new independent foundation operating outside the network's governance. Stakeholders must vote on whether to approve the change. Here, the voters are the same people whose holdings would be diluted and whose long-term returns would depend on the foundation's effectiveness. Because the cost and risk fall directly on them, they are incentivized to scrutinize the proposal carefully. If the foundation lacks accountability or proven value, the proposal is likely to fail. This contrast reveals two fundamentally different philosophies. Hierarchical governance often separates decision-makers from consequences, granting authority first and accountability later, if at all. Productive, stake-based governance merges the two. Power and responsibility are inseparable. Accountability becomes self-enforcing. Any stakeholder who supports harmful or wasteful changes risks diminishing the value of their investment and weakening their future influence. The feedback loop is immediate and unavoidable. Critics sometimes argue that stake-based systems resemble oligarchies. That concern would be stronger if influence could expand without limits. However, in a system with a fixed supply, influence must be continually earned and maintained. The only sustainable path to long-term power is making decisions that strengthen the network and increase its value for all participants. Ultimately, the model reframes governance as shared ownership instead of rulers and the ruled. In Decred's model, stakeholders' incentives align with the health and longevity of the system itself.